You know, I wake up to everything I know either getting sold or wrecked or being taken over by people that I don't like. And they don't like me. And you know what's left out of all that? The Jets.
I was actually considering delaying the movie to get Mike Faist to be in it. I saw him dance before he read for the part. And his dancing was off the charts. The way he could extend his body was just extraordinary. Mike is a soulful,
Who are you?
deep thinker,
Wonderful.
a deep feeler as a human being and as an actor.
You see us coming, and we will keep coming. You sharks make like the rats and skedaddle.
But it's when he read the part of Riff
What are you, goddamn parole officer? Can't you? I'm breaking my heart.
that I knew that I wanted to cast him.
Just play it cool, boy. Real cool.
He just reached for the stars.
I said it was very important to me. When we're at work, we are together. I want to build this physical relationship with this person, so when the camera's rolling, it doesn't look forced. So when I expressed that to Mike, he was 100% in for it.
We just had a blast on creating that young love that is not great. I remember she told me, whoever the leader of the Jets is, that's who Graz would be with.
We were given a lot more depth to Graziella than in previous productions, and getting that opportunity to be more than a dancer.
I love Mike Faist as Danny, and I think that's the most beautiful and brilliant bit of casting in that film.
He's
just
amazing.
fantastic.
And I have to say, it's just like the most wonderful person, because a lot of my scenes were a lot of like her kind of bigger monologues where, you know, Danny's asking her questions and she's telling this story, and there were a lot of days where I was so in my own head, you know, and like, you know, going through things, and,
totally.
and he was just like, to have an actor who's so receptive and generous and fun and just like was there all the time. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mike's.
So good in
I
West
know,
Side Story.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know.
So good in West Side Story.
He's so talented.
Oh my God, so talented.
I feel like Mike Faist has got a lot of riz.
Mike Faist does have riz.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Another movie that is a love triangle that came out this summer starring Mike Faist is
Challenges.
Challenges.
Yes.
Amazing movie. I wondered, do you have a team yet? Are you biased?
I actually haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I need to
That's
get...
a great way of dodging that question, isn't it?
I mean, I actually
You
haven't.
told me that you saw it.
Mike is incredible in it.
Mike is incredible.
He is incredible. Yeah,
Mike
yeah,
is
yeah.
so good in it.
Yeah.
Review, your co-star Mike Faist hilariously said,
Oh, he sucks.
"I'd like to issue an official response to Mr. Faist."
That's hilarious. Oh, he sucks. Mike in interviews is my favorite thing. I love Mike Faist. I think that's my response.
There's only one scene that I cut out of this film, and it was a scene only with Mike Faist's character, Danny. It was the only scene without any bikers in it. And I remember when we were filming it, Mike Faist turned to me and said, "You'll never include this in the film." I said, "Absolutely not. This is my opportunity to give my point of view through the character of Danny of why it is important to talk to these people that sometimes we find abhorrent." And it was the first scene I cut out of the movie. I never even had it in a cut. I bet him $1,000 that it would stay in. So I actually owe Mike Faist $1,000, and I'm never going to pay him. But that's because I'm cheap. The truth is we were lucky to get Mike Faist in that role, because that role could have been a wallflower. It could have been someone just kind of sitting there waiting to say the few lines that they had. But Mike is he's a really smart guy, and he's really interested in art. He's really interested in the way things work. He's writing a screenplay himself. I think wants to be a filmmaker himself.
You know, we were really lucky to get Mike to say yes. He had just done Lucasfilm. I think it was a bit, burned out. He needed a bit of a reset. And luckily we were filming about an hour away from his hometown. So I just called him and said, "Look, man, just come down, hang out with some good actors, and, it'll be a nice, easy time." That was a lie, but except for the good actors part. And looking at the film, it's really easy for that part to be a wallflower, for just, for us to cut away to him and it not really mean much. But every time we cut away to Mike, you can tell he's paying attention. And I know he was, because as I would talk to him on set, like, he just would get lost in Mike Shannon's performance or Jodie Comer's performance. Like, he was truly engaged, and he's a really questioning and insightful person. So it makes him a beautiful choice for that role.
You also are just finishing up a movie I can't wait to see called Challengers. This is with Zendaya and
Josh O'Connor, Mike Faist, and
who is, when I saw West Side Story, Spielberg's West Side Story, I said, they were all great, but I said, who is he? Who is that guy who plays Rip?
These three in the movie are phenomenal. There is something so humongous they do in the movie, the way they play, the way they embody these characters. It's a great script by Justin Kuritzkes. It's my first comedy in a way.
Oh.
It's very like fast and like very like about comedy of manners.
Right.
And the way these three portrays these really like complicated people in a complicated triangle. Oh, wow. It's fun to watch. Mike is like possessed by the character.
Then there's another great story about how Mike, and this is a Mike choice, but like they're sitting and they're waiting for me at the party, and there's like these desserts, and you see Josh's character is just eating the dessert.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Mike is like scooping like as much whipped cream off of the strawberry as he can, so he's only eating the fruit. So there's like little things like that that Mike brought that I thought was quite interesting and indicative of their characters.
Hi, my name is AJ Lister, and I'm going to tell you a story. Mike Faist plays my dad on the movie set Challengers, just so you know. So me and my mom were waiting in the hall for the crew to set up the next scene, and Mike Faist popped his head out the door and said, come in, so he wouldn't get run over by the equipment. And we're talking about sports, and from the corner of my eye, I saw a table full of chocolates. I wanted all of them. So he asked me, you want some? And I asked him, are you sure? And he said, of course. So I ran over to the table and asked him, really? And he said, of course, AJ. You can have whatever you want in here. So in the middle of gobbling up all the chocolates, he said, AJ, by the way, this is Josh's room.
Like working, I mean, you know, you and Mike, I mean, Jesus Christ, you're slapping that ball.
Yeah, it was great. Mike's actually a fantastic tennis player, so that was really fun to play with him. But as he's a fantastic actor, as is Zendaya, and it was just like going to, you know, like doing the best acting every day with the best actors. It was so much fun.
Did you have some larks?
We had a few larks, yeah. There was a lot of, as you can imagine, a lot of me being like, you eat this in America and stuff like that. But yeah, that was it.
And don't let him tell you otherwise. It's really good.
We're gonna start over here.
Madonna will dedicate her next album.
I think one of the things I like most about Luca movies is his real focus on the characters and the actors, right? And he chooses great actors to really dive into these characters. And I think like the first Luca movie I saw was A Bigger Splash. And it's like, okay, all of these people are so specific. And I think like, I don't know, he told me when he went to Ralph Fiennes to play that role, Ralph was like, how did you know? There's like a part of me that is this. And he's like, and he kind of just knows. He's really good. He's very observant, and I think he really sees something in someone, in an actor, and what they're kind of able to bring to the character. Mine, I don't know if it's technically an Italian movie. It's Sergio Leone, Once Upon a Time in the West. That's an amazing movie. He was one of the great Western filmmakers. Incredible movie, great characters, yeah. Well, there's like countless films, right? And we, you know, a big one that I kind of talked about was Bertolucci's Dreamers. That's an amazing one, you know. Y Tu Mama Tambien. I mean, there are like a plethora of them, you know, is the truth of the matter. And they're all very dynamic in their own kind of ways and just great films, you know. Yeah.
I did a lot of theater as a kid, so I kind of grew up watching a lot of the old MGM films with Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire. Oh, there's this really good series right now called The Kingkiller Chronicles. There's a lot of action and things that are happening to this character that we're following, but at the end of the day, it's him coming of age.
You know, I don't know who I am, and who cares who I am? Nobody, including me. I know that this dust that's covering everything right now, that's the 4-story buildings that were standing here when you went upstate a year ago. You know, I wake up to everything I know either getting sold or wrecked or being taken over by people that I don't like. And they don't like me. And you know what's left out of all that? The Jets. Let me ask you, did my hands tell you that I am a fool? That is a game of chance. That is a game of skill. Actually, no, it's better than that. That is a game of choices. How tall did you used to be before you, shrank?
But I'm 19, you know? I shouldn't be.
We both know you have considerably more at stake here than I do. Do I? I mean, you come in here swinging your dick around like I'm supposed to be afraid of it, but no. Do you realize how embarrassing it is that you are here right now? Not quite as embarrassing as you being here. I'm just stopping by, man. This is where you live. I don't want to watch you on play.
Thank you guys very much. Some of those clips are like very deep cuts, and I'm interested in who was able to find those so I could hunt them down myself, quite frankly. No, genuinely, thank you guys. Thank you, Terry, Demi. It's a pleasure to get to know you a little bit. Caroline, Iris, and of course, Sophie. Yeah, such a pleasure, my darling. And of course, to Chopard. For having me here. It's awful to watch yourself, is the truth of the matter. It's a sin. But I feel very honored to be here at my very first camp, and I had the great privilege last night to watch Megalopolis, Francis Ford Coppola's film, and I feel as if that one person's first camp at such a lovely experience may be possibly someone's last. And I don't take that lightly, and I'm really honored that you guys would think of me at all. And I just feel as if that I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants in this room. And it's not something to be taken lightly. And I hold it with deep fragility.
and I'm just humbled and grateful. So thank you all so much. Yeah, genuinely.
Trophée Chopard, Sophie Wilde and Mike Faist.